Oh my God.
Programmet presenteras av betsave.com.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for coming out to today's press conference. I think it's, for me, it's great to be back here at the HP Pavilion. As everybody knows, this is the birthplace of Strikeforce. In 2006, we had a great fight here, and many fights since that time. And on Saturday night, we look forward to delivering another action-packed evening of Strikeforce MMA. I'd like to thank our broadcast partner, Showtime Television, Mr. Steven Espinoza. I'd like to thank the California State Athletic Commission, Mr. George Dodd. As well, I'd like to thank the people here at the HP Pavilion who have been great as partners back in 2006 and great as event host here, hosting this event. And that would be Mr. Jim Goddard, Mr. Charlie Foss, and Mr. Steve Kersner, who's running around here somewhere. This event will air live on Showtime starting at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. It'll be tape delay on the West Coast. And the undercard will air on Showtime Extreme, which will be 4 fights beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Tickets are still available. We have a few tickets left. And if you've never been to the HP Pavilion to watch a fight live, it is an unbelievable experience. I think this is the best venue to watch an MMA fight. And they have the beautiful new screens that are unbelievable, all in HD. And the crowd's going to be electric. So I urge people to come on down and get the few tickets that are left. I'm going to start introducing the fighters. To my far left, Mr. Mike Kyle, who has a record of 19-8-1 with 1 no contest in MMA, fighting out of San Jose, California. Has wins over Fei Zhao, James Irvin, Wes Sims, Marcos Rodrigo de Lima, and he'll be fighting to my far right, Mr. Rafael Fei Zhao Cavalcante with a record of 11-3 in mixed martial arts. This is a grudge match that happened originally in 2009, which Mike won by KO. So we're expecting a great rematch fight, and I wish both fighters good luck. Next to my left, fighting out of San Jose, California, with a record of 19-4 with 1 no contest in mixed martial arts, Mr. Josh Thompson. He was the last man to defeat Gilbert Melendez to win the Strikeforce lightweight title in 2008. He's got wins over KJ Nunes, Nam Pham, Jay-Z Cavalcante, and Pat Healy. And he'll be fighting to my right with a record of 20-2 in mixed martial arts, fighting out of San Francisco, California. Brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, currently riding a 6-fight win streak. And that's Mr. Gilbert Melendez, our current lightweight champion. And now we're going to go into the heavyweight tournament. The winner becomes the Strikeforce World Grand Prix heavyweight champion. As you guys know, that we started this tournament about 14 months ago in New Jersey, and this will be the finals, and I'm looking forward to seeing a great matchup. To my immediate left, fighting out of San Jose, California, with a record of 19-0, fighting out of AKA, Mr. Daniel Cormier. Oh, 9-0, sorry. And he'll be fighting a legend in the sport with a record of 31-5 from Orange County, California, fighting out of Fullerton, Mr. Josh Barnett. Josh was a former UFC champion. I want to mention some of the people that he has beaten in the past. He has tournament wins over Brett Rogers, Mr. Sergey Karatanov. He's beaten Randy Couture, Antonio Nogueira, Dan Severn, Mark Hunt, Pedro Hizo, Munson, Gilbert Ivel. So we look forward to a great matchup. I wish all the fighters here good luck. And at this time, we're going to open it up for questions for the fighters or myself.
This is for Gilbert and Josh both. I'd like to contrast in both cases. In your 2 previous fights, what was the difference, Gilbert, for you between fight 1 and 2, and Josh, the same thing? What's your what in your mind is the difference of what happened in the first fight and the second fight?
I guess I'll answer first. I think after that first fight, Josh kind of beat me up pretty good, and he helped me reinvent myself as a fighter. Not only did I learn to take the center and be a smarter fighter and not get outpointed, but he helped me learn to take my job seriously. I think at the time I just I trained and did my stuff, and after that fight I've treated everything like a real professional, and I've structured I've structured my training camps, and I train hard. I eat smart. I write everything out. I treat it like a real professional, you know. And it's my career now. And since that loss, that's how it's been, and things have been going well.
Not really much has changed for me in the second fight. Just basically just following a different game plan. Just not being excited in there to fight. You know, the second time that I fought, I'd come off of a 15-month layoff, so I was just excited to be back in the cage. I think everyone that's seen me fight, you know, they can tell by the smile on my face every time I fight that I enjoy fighting. I love it. So not much has really changed. Just I'm gonna change my game plan. It's just gonna fight a lot smarter. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, Scott. I was wondering what's going to happen with the winner of the 205-pound fight. Do they fight for a title, or?
You know what? As far as the natural progression, you know, the winner will probably advance to fight for the title. But you know, at this point, right now, it hasn't been determined yet, Sergio. So that's something we could probably get back to you in a couple weeks. And you know, they always like to see how the fight goes, and then we'll talk to Sean and the folks back in Vegas, and then we'll go from there.
And how are ticket sales going for this event?
Ticket sales are good, but we do have a few left, and we urge the people to come down and see the fight live.
A question for Josh and Daniel. I'm curious as to what you guys think of the betting odds. I know that they're not something that necessarily play into your mindset or anything. I'm just curious as to what you think of them. It's pretty even. You're a slight favorite. I think you're plus 100 or something like that. I'm wondering what you read into that, why you think that is.
I don't bet. So, I mean, I guess if I'm going to play a game of chance, it'll be with my fists. So it doesn't really, I guess that's, for those that bet, they should get on a forum and then flame the hell out of each other about why or why not.
Do you think people are discounting your experience?
I don't care.
Dan?
I think you just, like you said, we really don't pay attention to that much. Where's the deal? Okay. We don't pay attention to it very much, but I guess it's a result of my fight against Bigfoot Silva. They saw that I've come a long way, and I've had 8 months in between to get better, so obviously I've gotten better at every turn, so why wouldn't I get better now? So they're giving me a shot. I mean, if it's that close, I really had no idea. I expected to be a bigger underdog with all of his experience, but maybe these people are getting a little smarter.
Do you feel like an underdog in the fight?
Yeah, I do, honestly. Josh was a UFC champion. He's done a ton of things. He's beaten a lot of guys. I mean, Scott just listed him, and I really had no idea. I didn't know he beat that many guys, but I've beaten quite a few of those guys too, and I probably could do pretty well against a lot of the other ones. So I take it in stride. I should be the underdog because of his experience and his accomplishments, but I'll be ready to go.
Scott, what do you think? What do you make of those odds?
You know, I haven't really looked at the odds, so I really don't know.
For Josh, what do you see do you see your experience as the biggest advantage you have in this fight?
I just see me as being the biggest advantage of this fight. Everything that comes, all that experience comes with all the years of training, all the fights I've had, all the different opponents, all the times I've been in the ring as a pro wrestler, as a fighter. There's a lot. I mean, experience is a pretty easy word to throw around, but I don't think it's as simple to just say experience. It's me. I am that factor. I mean, I have to believe ultimately in everything that I do and everything that I possess. So it's the same as before and the same as it's always going to be.
A couple of months back, I think that you mentioned that you were going to take him down.
Yeah.
I mean, is that part of your game plan? Is being able to figure out a way to take him down?
This is a mixed martial arts fight. That means it's going to encompass all areas of combat. Yes, I'm going to put him on his back, of course. That is the way I've won my last 2 fights. I don't see any reason to stop. And although, you know, that isn't a fight. We'll see what happens when we get in there. But of course, takedown's a big part of the game, and I'm sure just as much as you know, he wouldn't mind putting me on my back.
Daniel, when was the last time you were put on your back?
Every week in practice.
Okay.
Kane takes me down sometimes, but I'm gonna get some takedowns. You guys want to see me take Josh down? I'll take him down. You decide.
Sure. If any of the fans have any questions for the fighters or myself, please raise your hand.
DC, Josh Barnett, dance off after the fight. What's up?
Yeah, there is a possibility of that. I have an after party at Studio 8, and we have plenty of dance floor. Daniel is always welcome to drink, eat, and be merry in my presence, fighting or otherwise. And I heard he brought some dancing shoes. I mean, like actual dancing shoes, you know, with suede soles on them and everything. He said the floor was a little sticky last time. It got into the way of his James Brown shuffle, but I'm sure that's a part of his game he's been working.
Stupid. Every time. God, it's never serious. No dance off of me, man. We did that already, man. We get to do the dances in the cage. That's the best part about it. We get to actually dance for 25 minutes. Like, you should want to see that more than you want to see me and Josh, two guys with no rhythm dancing on the dance floor to music that we aren't even understanding at that point.
We're heavyweights. Why do you want to be in there for 25 minutes? That sounds like hell. That's hard work. Why work that hard? Let's try to get it done a lot earlier than that.
I'm fine with that, as long as I'm winning.
Yes, thank you. Because I am way too fat to be in there for 25 minutes. I got eating to do. I got places to be. Don't tell me you want to be in there for 25 minutes. That sounds terrible.
This is for Fei Zhao. Your first fight with Mike Kyle, that was a dark match. It was never broadcast, so I'm pretty sure 99% of us haven't seen it. Can you describe what happened, what went wrong in that fight, and what's going to be the difference Saturday night?
In my last fight, I stayed like 3 months in the United States, training here, far from my coach, my trainers. I come back to my home, I come back to my game plan, to my training, to my coach, and I figured it out, I saw the fights a lot of times, see where I make mistakes, and figure it out and come back stronger.
Well, if there's no other questions, we'll wrap it up. I'd just like to say from the first fight with Fei Zhao versus Mike Kyle, again, this is a rematch. Like you said, in 2009, it was an unbelievable upset to the Gilbert Melendez, Josh Thompson. This will be the fight that ends the trilogy. So we're looking forward to that, as well as the finals of the heavyweight tournament. Be awarded the grand champion of the Strikeforce heavyweight division, and that's Josh Barnett and Daniel Cormier. It's going to be great fights. Tickets are still available. We look forward to seeing you guys down there, and then let's break it down for some photo ops. Yes, and we announced that earlier. It's going to be on Showtime at 10 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. is the prelims. So, guys, tune in if you can't make it down here, but if you're in the Bay Area, come on down. Okay, guys.
Programmet presenteras av Betsafe.com.